Are the Knights of the Blazing Sun any good in patch 5.0? Now, the reason this is relevant is that you are no longer penalized to the sun and back for recruiting a unit without a chapter house at Talabheim. I mean, it's fantastic if you have it, but you are no longer bent over and spanked for not having that privilege. Thus, the availability of the unit has never been higher. Let's focus on all the fire and fury. Recruited for 1200 gold and 300 upkeep, which isn't trivial. On Ultra, you get 60 entities with 6,960 health between them, 116 per entity. Armor is 100, with a 30% missile block chance from frontal arc, small arms only. Magic resistance is 25%, which is not typical at all, but potentially helpful against foul factions, or when dropping a fire spell on your own forces. Leadership is 70, very knightly, speed 78, charge speed 108, melee attack starts at 40, and all attacks are flaming. Attack interval is 5.1, unusually slow, but the stabby attacks don't take much animation time either. No splash damage. Melee defense starts at 26, which is not very good. Weapon strength is given as 42, split between 29 base and 13 armor piercing, not exactly bereft of AP, but definitely favoring the base damage. Charge bonus is 78, and mass is 1200. I reiterate, charge bonus is 78. So aside from flaming attacks and spell resistance, that charge bonus is essentially the core of the unit. New to 5.0, broken units are no longer supernaturally resistant to melee cavalry running them down. So even just for hounds like mop-up, knights like this will be very powerful. In the main, you'll want to use them in the middle of battle as pure shock cavalry, not to stay and stab. No, you want them to go in and out, roaring in with flaming lances. In the front style tech tree, Speed of Horse grants up to plus 10% speed and plus 9 flat charge bonus. So we've just raised the charge bonus to 87. Taste for Battle gives rank 7 knights, plus 5 leadership, plus 5 melee attack, and plus 12 charge bonus. So now we're up to charge bonus 99. In the tech tree, Improved Cavalry Armor adds 10% missile resistance and plus 15 armor. So now it's 115 armor. Endurance training reduces fatigue buildup by 15% and adds plus 10% more speed. So with a Redline Skill Lord, that's plus 20% speed, applying both to regular and charge speed. Blinkers adds leadership plus 8 and charge bonus plus 10. So that's 78 leadership at rank 1, only gets better, and charge bonus 109 maxed out. Finally, the Inner Circle adds plus 5 melee attack, plus 5 melee defense, and immunity to psychology. So how do you use the Knights of the Blazing Sun? That isn't complicated. Now that the availability issue has been turned around, they are the Empire's purest shock cavalry available. That's not to say they're the only ones. Reichsguard in their final form are pretty up there. But this unit is all about 60 knights with over 80 charge bonus, cycle charging according to the true chivalric idea. That makes them vulnerable to game version issues holding cavalry back. In 5.0, they're not nearly as held back as they once were. It would be wrong to end this video without mentioning Kindle Flame, the Bright Wizard passive. For 15 seconds after a Bright Wizard of a fairly low rank casts a spell, fire weakness 20% is inflicted upon the entire enemy army, so that's 20% free damage for the Knights of the Blazing Sun, although it won't feel as spectacular against fire-resistant foes. It will feel amazing against foes with a pre-existing weakness to fire. At that point, you're just gleeful at the conflagration. It is because of that synergy that I delayed referring to the special building, which, like the Reichsguard building in Altdorf, has 2 stages, but requires you to hold Talabheim. Keep in mind, you're no longer excessively punished in recruit cost to start with. Upkeep is reduced by 5% for all Knight orders, recruitment cost minus 35% for Knights of the Blazing Sun, plus 3 recruit rank for the same, 1 turn recruitment of the same, grants a couple of units to the garrison, and grants the Flammable attribute to all of these units. Flammable is normally found with Chaos Dwarf specialty units and the like, granting a 20% fire weakness to whatever is hit. And yes, it stacks with a fire weakness from old style regeneration. And yes, it stacks with Kindle Flame. This is how you turn your foes into bonfires. So just go out there with all the lessons you took about charging from Empire Knights back when you only had 48 charge bonus to work with, and when it's 109 instead, laugh, let your eyes light up like mini suns, take care, have fun, and enjoy burning and trampling the enemies of order. It is quite a spectacle.